Yo fellas, in this video I want to share with you my build made in Incursion League, and this build is made around the new belt Coward's Legacy. This belt provides interesting mode. You count as on low life, where you are cursed with vulnerability, and you are cursed with level 20 vulnerability, and you have also 50% increased effect of curses on you. First of all, I wanted to remove this effect of level 20 vulnerability increased by 50%. So how to do this? I choose Watcher's Eye with unaffected by vulnerability while affected by determination. So I'm using determination aura, and I'm not taking the effect of this curse despite I am cursed. Then I wanted to add items that benefit from this mode. So my first item is Dreadbeak, 100% increased damage when on low life, and you have perma onslaught while on low life. So this is active all the time. Then it is Dares's Courage, 120% of block chance applied to spells when on low life. This is also active all the time. I tried to get corruption with probably 1-2 maximum block chance, because my block chance overall it's really nice. But let's get back to my gear then. I'm using Anvil with 5% chance to block corruption, really good. Then a standard helmet with double strike has a 10% chance to deal double damage to bleeding enemies. I was using Abyssus, but the damage is not so really higher, despite of the effect of 30% increased physical damage taken with this life pool. So I would have to increase more my life pool in order to have decent use of the Abyssus helmet. And of course helmet would have to have the same mode, and the price of this helmet is around 5-6 exalted orbs, so I didn't really want to pay so much money for this, so it's perfectly okay for me. Then I'm having standard steel rings with physical damage, life and resistances, both of them. Armor just with tons of life and some rest. It was really cheap because I only really needed life and 6 link here. My gloves have chance to bleed support attached. Boots have life and resistances. I was using calm roots in order to be unaffected by stun and freeze, but I have noticed that I'm never ever stunned, or if I am stunned, I cannot feel this during game, so it is okay to have those boots. And I'm not so very often freeze, so in order to remove freeze I just have flask to do this. My gems: double strike, swift affliction, ruthless, melee splash, and chance to bleed in order to max my bleed chance. And then I have melee physical damage, standard stuff. Here I have Reckoning with Culling Strike, because I'm blocking almost all the time, and Bloodlust because I don't want to my secondary skills to deal bleeding damage, because I have highest bleeding damage from my double strike, and I don't want to interrupt by any other skill this bleeding damage from double strike. Melee physical damage here: Ancestral Protector for attack speed, Ruthless support, melee physical damage, and Bloodlust, and of course level 20 chance to bleed. So it is written that I have 15,000, but it is not counted with this and with Bloodlust as well, so this is much more damage per second actually. My flask is Lion Roars, however I don't like it. I'm using it. I'm trying not to use it very often. It's good, but not what I expect. This knockback effect is really annoying, so I'm using Sulfur Flask. It just with increased movement didn't pay attention to do something else. At Siri promise, and it's really okay, and some bleeding, of course, immunity here with instant recovery. Really nice stuff here. My passive tree, I started Bloody Nice, then Gratuitous Violence, then Pain Forged, and Violent Retaliation. When I was leveling, I start here and go directly to Resolute Technique. However, I'm not using Resolute Technique because I have it here on my sword with Corruption and some physical damage, really nice. Then I get all damage nodes here for the sword, and bleeding is only taken here. Then I go Crimson Dance, and then I think I try to max to take all possible nodes for my block chance here before I go with any other stuff like damage here and here and here, and then I maxed life. So the build is working really nice. I'm able to do really high end game content. I was fighting only one with Shaper's Guardian, and it was Sieg mode Minotaur cave with players are cursed with elemental weakness, and boss is dealing increased damage, and the minions had also extra lightning damage, so it was really sick. I think I was like 2 hits from death from killing it, because my reckoning was hitting all the time golems, not the boss, and it was a really annoying experience for me. I'm also using vulnerability as an aura with very small radius, because I don't have too much intelligence, and it is perfectly enough, because during maps everything is dying from bleeding, and then I have enough aura to hit bosses while they are cursed, so this is really okay. I'm also using cast when damage taken with Immortal Call and Blood Rage and increased duration. This setup was made when I was using Abyssus, and I was using then Enduring Cry to provide some more physical damage reduction, but like I said, Abyssus is not really good in this variation. You must probably go with more life nodes, or you must change the class. Instead of Gladiator, or you must choose Murder Juggernaut. And then you can probably even go crit build, but I wanted to make a bleeding build with explosion, because I like when everything explodes. That's really nice for me, and build is performing really nice. Here I have Might of the Meek for more increases to my life and other nodes, and it is working really fine. So that's all from my side. If you have any questions, please ask. If I made any mistakes, sorry, that's my first video, and see you later, alligators.